Okay, so I just made a video about how I feel about schizophrenia, what it means to me. Um, Tried to use some metaphorical descriptions. I'm not sure if they were helpful or just confusing. um, in this video, I want to sort of talk about ways that I've coped with schizophrenia and I'll say I was diagnosed about 2 years ago, and finding a good medication is important, obviously, and people talk about that a lot. When I'm on my medication, there's other ways I find are really helpful to increase my ability to enjoy life and function the best that I can. One of the main things is I try as hard as I can, especially recently, not to focus on the fact that I have an illness. It's hard to do, I think, especially with schizophrenia, because schizophrenia affects your thoughts, and for me, it affects my moods too, since I'm apparently bipolar as well. um, It's it's debatable, exactly what goes on with each individual person. I think mental illnesses, the diagnosis overlap each other a lot. But anyway, one of the biggest things that I do is do not think about my illness as much as possible. Um, I try to take things as slowly as I possibly can. Um, Which can be hard, especially in this society. Everybody wants to do things quickly, and it's hard to explain to people that it can be very confusing for me to process information quickly or experiences quickly. So I have to try to do that. Uh, I have to use my will to go as slowly as possible. Another way that I cope is I make sure that I do not hide, especially by sleeping, which is one thing that I used to do. No matter how I'm feeling, I try to um, work with my mood and find something I can do to distract myself, instead of that's got to be better than getting in bed any day. Laying in bed can be addictive, and I think a lot of people, even people who aren't diagnosed with mental illness, can hide in bed, and for me that can last for a long time. So I try not to let that get to me, and I try not to let that happen. Um, Another really important thing is balance. For me, I need I need to balance between free time and time in relationships, or with my relationships with other people, because if I don't, then I'll do one or the other. I'll completely isolate myself, go into my own little world, or I'll become just addicted to other people and trying to get by using them. Um, it helps to have a goal and have goals and things to live for. Um, I think that's a big problem for me with schizophrenia. Was when I was diagnosed, I felt like I had nothing left to live for. So I'm trying to stay focused here. Had nothing left to live for, and my life was sort of over. I think it's called self-stigma. But eventually I realized, well, actually, when I got pregnant, I realized that I still have a lot to experience, and I can still grow and be healthy and function. I just have more to overcome. People with schizophrenia maybe have more of a capacity to get stuck in their heads or stuck in certain um, outlooks. And that's pretty much my suggestions for right now. It's good to avoid obsessions too, not do anything too much. Like I said about the relationships and about spending time alone, I can't focus on any one activity or it will just totally consume me. I think that, and like I said, I think this is true for everybody. It's just, schizophrenia um, makes it more important to try to stay centered, stay balanced, stay focused, uh, strive for reality, whatever that is. Um, I do believe that you can still meditate and pray on medication. Uh, that's very helpful. Um, letting go is really helpful. Um, and don't be afraid to try new things, even if you mess up or you feel like you make a total fool out of yourself. The ground is still there and you're still walking around and breathing, and things will work out and get better. Um, and there'll be bad days, but overall, even if you reach totally pit bottom, you have to climb up. Eventually that has to happen. Okay, thank you.